everybody, this is Lee with Creative2xmom, and today's video is going to be our homeschool summer reading list. So welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to Creative2xmom, this channel is all about homeschooling, parenting, and thriving in the day-to-day. Or in the case of today's video, some really good books. Today's video is being hosted by Ingrid at Mommy and Mia Homeschool Chronicles, as well as myself here at Creative2xmom. We're going to be sharing our summer reading list that we have set up for our kiddos, and I homeschool 3 kiddos, one that is going into 3rd grade, one that's going into 6th grade, and one that's going to be a freshman in high school. I don't know how that happened. But I think that this is a really good video that can be applied to any home across the country. My biggest thing for the summer is to make sure that my kids are reading. Over the summer we do a lot of reading. It gives them a chance to keep up their comprehension, to keep up their reading speed, to keep learning vocabulary and seeing really well written books. I know that over the summer we are going to read far more than what I have laid out here for you today. This is just a starting point for my kids. They love to read, and there were a few books that I felt they would just enjoy that they might not pick up on their own. So I tried to come up with a starting reading list for them. Of course, if they veer off this list, that's fine with me. But I wanted to give them a good place to start, or if those days that they go to the library and they think, I don't see anything here I want to read, then I can pull something off our list and say, here's a great suggestion. So I'm going to share with you the 3 lists that I have for my kids, and I hope you will come back on Wednesday, because on Wednesday I'm going to be sharing with you my summer reading list as well. I have been establishing my own list of books that I want to read throughout the next few months. Great way to model for my kids the value of reading, and I just really enjoy good books. So let's start with the 3rd grader today. He is a reading machine. He was my last to read, and I think he enjoys reading more than anybody else, possibly even more than I do. So I have quite a variety of books here. Some of these are books that are going to apply to our history in the fall, but some of them are just because they're fun, they're imaginative, and I just felt like they were good classic 3rd grade. So the first one we have is A Lion to Guard Us. This is by Clyde Robert Beulah. My 6th grader read this at the end of Story of the World Volume 2. I didn't have a chance. I wanted to do it as a read aloud. I didn't get a chance, and so I'm putting this on my 3rd graders reading list. This is actually a very simple book to read. I think it's only a 2nd grade reading level, almost 3rd grade. So I know he's gonna blow through that one pretty quickly. I picked up some Beverly Cleary, and she is not my favorite author. I just don't like the sassiness of Ramona. But if you have ever read any of the Henry Huggins books, he is a sweet, sweet character, and I felt like those would be fun to read in 3rd grade. So we have Henry and Ritzy. I believe I have some others of hers. I grabbed Amelia's Runaway Imagination. I heard really good things about this book. I haven't read it myself yet, but I'm just now looking at it, and it's rated at a 6th grade reading level, so I don't know if he's going to be able to handle this one. I'm going to give it to him. He has been reading about a 5th grade reading level. Maybe we'll save this one for the end of the summer, and if not, then maybe we will use it as a family read aloud. I also have Robert Dahl's The Fantastic Mr. Fox. We have not read a whole lot of his stuff. We have read Matilda, and we have read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think that's it. We also have Encyclopedia Brown, Boy Detective. I think he's gonna like this one because he loves mysteries. And the final book I actually need to order. It was suggested to me, but my library doesn't have it, and that is Socks. We have a sweet little kitty that we have adopted that Josiah just absolutely loves, and so I figured as soon as I saw this book, I thought, yeah, we have to add that to our summer reading list. So I'm going to try and get a hold of a copy of that one before the end of the summer. If I don't, not a big deal, but I think he would really enjoy it. Now on to my ingoing 6th grader. I have pulled several classic books. We like to read a lot of classics in our home, and so I pulled The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I feel like this is just one that everybody should read, whether you read the entire series or not. You should definitely read the first one. I also pulled The Incredible Journey. This is by Sheila Burnford. This is based on the movie Homeward Bound is based on this book, and we love Homeward Bound, but I feel like the book is just a classic and so much fun to read. I hope she will enjoy that one. This is called A Gathering of Days, a New England girls' journal from 1830 to 32. It's by Joan W. Blois. It's going to be coinciding with what we are reading in our history in the fall, so I figured summer would be a good time for her to start that. We have A Wind in the Door by Madeleine L'Engle. This is the same author as A Wrinkle in Time. We loved A Wrinkle in Time, so I figured I would add the second one to her reading list, and then if she wanted to continue on in the series from there, she could. I also have a book that I want her to read that, again, I cannot find at the library, so if we get to the end of the summer and I need to purchase it, I will. It's called One for the Murphys. And I saw this suggested on someone else's channel, possibly My Busy Bees and Me. It's a foster care type situation, and when you know our family's background, it makes a lot of sense that that would be something that we would read. I've heard really good things about it, and I actually want to read it myself. For my 9th grader, I have a few suggestions for him, but not quite as many. We are going to start with something a little bit lighter. This is rated at a 4th grade reading level, and I feel a little silly giving it to him, but it's called A Boy at War. It's by Harry Mazer. I saw this book on Candace's channel, Homeschool on the Hill. I will link her channel down below. She talked about, I believe it was her 8th grader that was reading this series, and I happened to find it at the library. It's about Pearl Harbor, and I don't think that's a time period in history that we've covered very much, and so I thought it would just be some good background information for him as he moves into high school, and it's a quick, easy read. He doesn't like to read quite as much as my other two, so I always look for things that are a little bit lighter, a little bit easier for him to get through. Along the same lines, he has the next book in his room right now. It's called Woods Runner. And he enjoyed Simon Beaver so much that when I saw this book, I thought he would really like it. Again, it's probably written about maybe 6th grade reading level, and not too thick, not too hard to get through. So I asked him the other day if he liked it. He said, oh, it's okay, which from him is like 2 thumbs up. So as soon as he's done with that one, I think I want to read it as well. I'm starting him out with a little bit of easier stuff to read, and then as the summer progresses, I'm going to kind of try and push a little bit. Going into high school, I don't want him to be so intimidated by larger books because I know he's going to be doing a lot more reading, and so I grabbed The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Classic story, and this is one I really remember enjoying in high school. And then I also grabbed The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I kind of think he read this one in 7th grade, and if that's the case, then we also have the Lord of the Rings series. I'm going to see if he's interested in that at all and try to encourage that he read at least the first one. So that is my Homeschooler summer reading list for 2019. I hope this gives you some good ideas of books to encourage your kids to read throughout the summer. I know my kids are working really hard to complete a lot of reading challenges, and so I'm hoping this will give them some good material to read over the coming months. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know, what would you suggest for 3rd grade, 6th grade, and 9th grade? Oh my goodness, they are getting old. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to check out the description box below for a link to Ingrid's channel as well as the playlist. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you guys next time. Bye guys.